It's not bad.
Mm-mm.
All right. Cool. So,
You got a remote? Or is it running?
it's running.
It's been running?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
You wanna talk shit? You gon' get it. You gon' talk shit? You gon' get it. 'Cause I'm a bad motherfucker. Two birds with a stone. Dynamite in my hands. You better walk your ass.
Hey, it's Steve and Rick from the Royal Rebels, and we're here to talk some shit.
That's right. So, Stevie, talk to me about aesthetic, because I'm the new guy. You know, I'm always up to learn some new stuff. You've been in this for how many years?
Started when I was 14, and we had
So roughly 4 years.
so roughly 4 years. Yeah. So not long. I'm a kid at this game. Yeah. So yeah, a long time. But you know, I work in the industry. How pretentious does that sound? My day job is in the industry. So la di da. So aesthetics. Like what do you mean? Like how a band looks, or how like a stage set looks, or what?
Well, those are two totally different things. I'm thinking about just like your average day, the way your band looks when they come on stage. Not the background, not everything else that goes along with it, but how do you address like how you look, and how do you determine what the look for your band is?
I don't know. Like, I mean, early 90s, late 80s, I could imagine, like, the look. Oh, we have to have a look because we're a glam rock band and we have to do this. I don't think it's so much that anymore. But there is that whole thing of man, I don't know. I don't want to go see a band that looks like they just got off of work,
Right.
Like, I don't want to go see a band that is like they just got off their job at the gas station, and although that's how a lot of us dress, but
It worked for Springsteen.
yeah. I mean, I've always felt like if I want to go see a band, I want them to be larger than life and take me through that place, of being entertained. So, I always try to do something different than I would, that I would normally. But then I end up kind of just dressing the way I dress, and then jumping on stage. But I always try to add a little bit, at least, because I mean, you're there. People are there to be entertained. They've paid money to get in. Typically, they've paid money to get in to see you play. So I don't want to see the dude up there in like his Hawaiian shirt, and I mean, maybe there's a place for that, but in my mind, I want to go see a band that's like, holy shit, that band looks like a band. That's a band.
Right. No, you're right. There's a time and a place for that. Like, you think, Hawaiian shirt specific, you think, what other band? Jimmy Buffett, all the Parrot Heads. But that's the aesthetic he's going for, and that's almost the music that he writes to. It's like a backyard Sunday afternoon grill and party, right? But it seems like you're right. It's not a deliberate. It's like a blend between being deliberate and more like casually addressing the look of your band.
Yeah, but I mean, there's also the whole like. So like, if I'm up there in like leather pants, right?
Right. That's more in the deliberate spectrum.
And then, say we're playing, right, and I'm in my leather pants and you're up there in scrubs. That's going to look ridiculous,
But that's already been done.
The
guy from
yeah.
Well, no, the Scrubs, the guy from Prince.
Yeah. I don't know. I think you don't have to match, but I think you find that just in the members in your band, right? That whoever you've hired to play with, they kind of got a cool look, or and I'm not bagging on bands that don't do this. Me personally, I like to see a band like come out and like, holy crap, that's that's a fucking band.
Yeah. They look like they hang out together outside of practice or shows.
Yeah, now, they don't need to be wearing a uniform, and that's the other thing. It's like, I mean, it's
when you're like too matchy match?
Well, yeah, because it's a fine line, right? It's,
you all look like Devo?
It's...
However that worked.
There's that fine line of like, oh, the leather jacket and jeans, and okay, but that became a uniform, right? Like the punk rock movement and the Liberty Spikes and the I'm thinking like I just keep picturing like plaid pants and Doc Martens and the chain and the leather, and it's like, man, that became a uniform, which was kind of totally against punk rock. So I mean,
But it's funny you mentioned that, because they actually took that same uniform and they just flipped it upside down. That became grunge. The plaid became up on top. The Doc Martens remained the same, but instead of having like your pants changed, I guess they went to denim.
Yeah, I don't know. This is it's. I think you're going to get a million different answers, and we'll probably get a million different comments about it.
I hope so.
It's like. I don't know. I see a lot of bands go up, and it's like, oh, yep, got to get the wallet chain on. Dude never wears a wallet chain outside.
What the hell
is
the wallet chain for?
It's like when you're riding a bike, like a motorcycle, so if your wallet falls out, it catches.
Fuck that. I wanted to leave. I don't want to get pulled into the rear wheel. That seems dangerous.
Yeah, I mean...
That's dangerous. That's crazy.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's, I don't know. I used to use it as a weapon.
Well, see, now that makes more sense.
Yeah. Well, don't... Shh.
I don't know. I wouldn't want to get sucked into the rear wheel.
What I'm getting at is like, got to get my Affliction shirt. Got to get my my wallet chain.
Right.
Get me some pre-destroyed denim. And gel my hair up real big, and then get on stage. Now, again, if that's what you do, there's nothing wrong with that. It's not for me, but I'm also the guy in the audience that's kind of probably making fun of you.
I don't think it would look genuine if I tried to do that.
Nor me. I don't think. I don't think it would. I think just being honest with who you are, and being comfortable, but at the same time, going up there and putting in some effort is the key.
Yeah.
And if you're putting in the effort, is the Affliction shirt, then good on you, dude. I'm never gonna bag on someone that's up on the stage, trying to do what they love to do, especially like over clothes. But you're right, there's a line where it's like you get drawn in, and there's a line where it's like, well, these guys are, they're the Weekend Warrior bar band or whatever, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
I like to go see bands that it's like, whew, man, that band looks like a gang, or man, that band is cohesive, has a cohesive look. Like, it would look ridiculous if I teased my hair and went out with like eyeliner.
In this band, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I throw sticks at you from.
Yeah, I mean, so you get what I'm saying, but you also. You got to be true to yourself, and and not be a poser either, because people are going to pick up on that as well.
So you kind of have to consider like what your genuine look should be for you, and then just go with that.
Yeah, I mean, what works for you. I mean, you see these bands that the stylist comes in, and it's like, oh, you get a leather vest, and you get a wallet chain, and you can almost pick them out, like, oh, a stylist worked with that band.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with like the working man, vibe. But on the flip side of that, it's like I want to stand out. I want to.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be the. I want to be the focal point of the event. And with all that being said, again, people paid money to come and be entertained. you know. So, you know, I want to put that effort in. You know, I mean, it could be down to just, you know, putting a ring on or just something, some kind of effort. I want to see some effort. That's the thing.
It's interesting. I mean, there's so many different ways to look at it. You know, like
I know there's a big thing about like not wearing shorts on stage. Like, have you ever heard that?
No, I never heard it, but now that you say it, I don't think I've ever actually noticed. I think the only person I've ever seen wear shorts on a stage, it wasn't even live. It was probably Eddie Vedder in the Even Flow video. I think that was the only time I
think he's probably the only one that can get away with it, really.
Yeah, there were cargo shorts though too, so it was like, okay, that's a little grunge. It's like summer grunge.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something about short. I could tell you, I wore shorts on stage one time, years and years and years ago, and I have photos of it somewhere, and if I can dig it out, I'll put it up on the screen.
That's gonna be awesome.
But after that, I never wore shorts on stage again. It's something about shorts on stage. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
You know, maybe somebody out there in the old internet land can tell us what it is. What the you know, adverse thing about wearing shorts on stage is.
Oh, so what the factual basis for that, or where that, maybe the origin of where that comes from. Why
Yeah,
you can't wear shorts on stage.
I don't know. This, like, I would never do it now.
I think drummers can get away with that though.
Yeah.
You know, just because we have the luxury of hiding behind a little bit of gear, you know.
Yeah, and the movement, you know, I can see a drummer, you know, rocking some shorts on stage, but like.
Well, like Danny Carey, he does with Tool. I mean, he's almost virtually wearing a basketball uniform.
Yeah.
I mean, now he's like tank tops and.
Well, Tommy Lee was wearing, you know, a thong.
If anything.
Yeah. So I mean, I can see, you know, needing not being restricted. You know, I could see not being restricted for all of it.
Yeah.
But again, I wouldn't do it. Just like I wouldn't wear an Affliction shirt, but there's plenty of bands that do. Yeah, and hey man, if that's what you want to do, then you know, do your thing, do you. And that's really where I land. It's like, you know, I like my band to look a particular way, and we all be cohesive. I mean, we're not the carbon copy of each other, but also, you know, don't conform. You know, if you want to, you know, have an afro and the other guy have Liberty spikes and the other guy have a mohawk and the other guy have long teased hair, maybe that's your thing, and maybe that's going to work for you. So I guess, God, I keep going round and round. You know, the answer for this is I don't know. I don't really know.
Sometimes that's all the answer is. I don't know, but maybe just focusing in on what is genuine for you.
Well, I mean, what have I told you guys in the past, right? Like I've said, you know, hey man, what makes you comfortable? You know, be comfortable. Be comfortable on stage. Be comfortable in what you're wearing, and be comfortable in what you look like. You know, own it. Whatever you do, own it. You know, so if you're gonna go out there and be a glam rocker, then own it. I was a glam rocker. I owned it.
I don't think I'd be comfortable in that, but you know, that was a different era of performance. Maybe I would have gotten into that and been totally cool with it, but it just wasn't the time where I got into performing. And
I think even outside of performing, I mean, we if you want to get like just deep with it, just be comfortable in your skin, and own whatever you're rocking. You know, like just be confident in whatever you're doing, and you're gonna win.
Yeah, well, that sounds good to me. I mean, it seems to be working for us, and you know, I like the way we look.
I mean,
dressed.
I don't know. I mean, we've all seen those bands and been all, what the fuck? You know, that
one guy tried a little too hard. Yeah, a little harder than the rest of them.
I mean, it's really snobbish to be like, oh, well, this band is, you know, based on what they're wearing.
Well, I mean, snobbish maybe, but let's define that a little bit. You're only referring to it because you two are in a band, and you are aware of the aesthetic, which is where we started. You know, and what are those things that make you look like a band that's taking yourself serious, and part of it is how do you appear.
No,
So there's some intention to it, but being authentic to what it is that you're doing, what you wear. Again, if I were to come out on there wearing the leather pants and all that, it would look pretty disingenuous.
Again, but I think that falls under the comfortability. I mean, I think if you put on some leather pants and you were comfortable with it and you were confident in what you were doing, that's gonna come across to everybody else, and then no one's gonna blink an eye because you're not uncomfortable in what you're presenting.
Okay.
So it's like the girl that is wearing something a little more revealing.
I'm listening.
And they're walking around, covered up like this because they're uncomfortable, right?
Right.
And it's like, and now everybody's noticed, but if she was just confident in what she was doing and in what she was wearing, nobody would give a shit. We've all seen it. Again, it's still a touchy subject because I don't want to be, capping on people or ripping on people for what they're wearing. But you're right. There is are you taking yourself serious? Are you taking the fact that people are paying to see you serious? I mean, are you thinking that far ahead, or are you just getting off your gig at Kinko's and getting to the gig and doing the gig? And again, that's fine too. But when you're walking around thinking you're the best shit on the planet and you're that guy, well, you're probably not the best shit on the planet.
Although I think if we all, for at least 1 or 2 gigs maybe, we all wore the "Hello, my name is" badge, like all 5 of us, I think that'd be pretty badass.
And that's why they all talk to me to dress them.
Oh, I totally do. I get his permission. I text him. I'm like I'm in high school. Hey man, what are you wearing?
Yeah. So
I'm wearing denim. I won't.
Are you referring to a particular show where we were like the Denim Gang? Yeah, that show nobody else called.
No.
Yeah. So the takeaway from this is, man, be confident in what you're doing, and remember you're performing for people and they've paid to see you. So a little effort goes a long way. Whether that's a ring, a necklace, a wallet chain.
Still dangerous.
Do your thing.
Hey, Rick the drummer, I'm here with
Stevie Loveless.
We're the Royal Rebels.
And we've been here talking shit.
You wanna talk shit? You don't get it. You gonna talk